Cameron Abraham, 32 years, of Munich St. Andrew, has been sentenced to 22 years in prison. On April 20th, 2020, Abraham was charged with non-capital murder for the gruesome killing of Wilbert Alexis, who was a farmer from the same community. Alexis was found with his body parts dismembered. Attorney Jerry Edwin, who represented the defendant, said the outcome left them in awe.
I'm sorry, I have a visceral reaction to the gruesome nature of this matter in which the victim was unprovoked. So I will only say that both feet of the deceased was severed from his body and his head was literally split open. Sentence meted out by the judge surprised many of us experienced court watchers and attorneys. The notional sentence was 25 years. It went up to 30 years. The judge added another year for 31 years. And while many of us expected that she would have given him a life sentence because of the nature of the offense, she then reduced it so that the sentence was a total of approximately 22 years.
The second sentencing was that of Delvin Noel, a 24-year-old farmer who was accused of causing the death of Kyron Tanis of Gladstone Road, Grenville on the 13th July 2020. Tanis, who was stabbed close to the ribs, was pronounced dead on arrival at the Princess Alice Hospital. Edwin described these incidences as tragedies.
Delvin Noel, by all accounts, a very quiet young man. Very quiet. Never as much as kicked a pothound. He was sentenced today because he pled guilty for murdering the victim. The young victim died. Young victim. He was sentenced by the court today to 18 years in prison.
The third judgment was against 30-year-old Byron Williams from St. David. He was charged with the killing of Ronaldo Wise, 54 years, also of Westerhall, St. David, on the 7th May 2020. The attorney explained the court's decision of finding his client mentally unstable.
Brenton is not mentally cognitive. He has mental challenges. And he complained to the deceased about the way the deceased was treating an animal, a dog. The deceased then attacked Brenton with a cutlass. Brenton managed to overpower him, but because he didn't have the intent, the law requires that you have intent to be culpable for murder. Ultimately, that person died. But because of the circumstances of the case, the DPP has decided not to prosecute it.
Christina John, GBN News.